has me to live interact with Rabbit and Sasquatch. Been doing that for, my gosh, over a decade now. I've been successfully just taking people out. Started with Survivor Man way back in 2013. Well, it was 10 years ago when I started to work with Survivor Man. This is going to be a very interesting and important show because people are always asking me, those who understand the incredible, massive amounts of success that my people and I are getting, are often asking why and how do we do that. And today I've got some real answers for you. Um, and I apologize for missing last week. I was in the incredible, amazing state of Washington, probably one of my favorite states for Sasquatch, Bigfoot stuff. I was on the beautiful Olympic Peninsula, right on the tip of the end of the United States at Nia Bay, where we were having just the most incredible, amazing, fantastic success. It was just nothing short of mind blowing. Nia Bay is always going to have a very special place in my heart because it really brought me to another level of understanding with what has been going on with myself and Sasquatch, beyond what I actually was aware of. And let me explain that just real quickly. A story that blew my mind. For those of you who heard it before, I apologize. I'll just tell it again real fast. So at the high school in Nia Bay, this is a story the high school students know that this is on the Makah Indian reservations in Washington State. The students know that there were these two bullies that were picking on everybody, beating each other up. And one day, this smaller kid ran off in the wilderness. And the Sasquatch said, "We're tired of this. We don't want to see this anymore." So they empowered him to go down there and defend himself and literally overpower these bullies. And it just lit me up to hear that story because I know the Sasquatch had been doing stuff like this to me my entire career out in the field working with them. Even people that are close in my life, like Nature Infused Ash, who's got videos with me and goes out and works with me a lot, is the feminine to my masculine in my life. She's even, like so many people are saying to me, man, they've been around my whole life, and I just didn't know. And it's really it's really an awakening. Isn't that what life's really about, though? Is to grow and expand and even awaken. And I want to talk about that a lot today because it doesn't matter whether you do Sasquatch research or what you do. Obviously, there are a lot of enthusiasts out there, a lot of people that take it very seriously. I want you all to have such tremendous success. I mean, I really, part of the reason I do this show and a big reason I did that movie was just to educate people on the reality of this incredible species. And as I go on this journey, I'm educating people to the best of my ability. Probably paramount in the discovery process. When I look back, if you look at my YouTube channel, there have been people, man, like Grover Krantz, Renee DeHinden, John Green, that spent literally their lives. My mentor and teacher and friend, the amazing, great, late great John Bernagel. What were they missing? Because it pains me to say this, but they did not. They failed. They attempted success, but these are people that, and I'm seeing more amazing men and women that literally have devoted their lives I didn't even know of to this discovery process, and really, like, they failed. And I'm not talking like, there's some people out there, like I know particular people who are having tremendous success with the discovery of Sasquatch, and it's their own discovery. They've discovered it, they work it, they live that life. But I'm talking like, John Green, Renee, all these people I mentioned, even John Bernagel, they wanted it accepted. They wanted it, they even wanted sightings. They wanted more interactions. They wanted to learn, and they never got that. And I'm here to tell you the reason for that is they didn't do the inner work. You can't discover a Sasquatch. You cannot unless you can communicate with them. And the only way you can communicate with them is through empathic ability. Back in the days of these other gentlemen that I talk about, well, extrasensory perception, telepathy was not real. It didn't exist. It wasn't accepted. And now it is. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to plead with all of you to really understand that reality exists and we all have these abilities. And that's what it takes. I can't tell you how many times I meet people that are having tremendous success or growing into tremendous success, like some of the people I just met in Nia Bay this weekend. Amazing people that I go out with, man, and just light them up and tell them, yes, you're doing this, and yes, that is a Sasquatch trek, and yes, you are mind speaking with a Sasquatch right now. Yes, that is evidence that you found that was impossible, that a Sasquatch led you to. So these things, like, even for myself, I was doing it and I didn't even know it back in the older days. When I first started working with Survivor Man, I remember a couple times on the first episode, he literally called me to task. He's like, "Man, are you putting these prints out here? Because there's a whole mountainside here, and you seem to just walk right to them." And he knew I wasn't. He knew, as an example, he'd been with me for a week, and these tracks were 1 day old, so I couldn't have been up there putting them. And the hike is like days to get there, so I couldn't have done it. So, but he's questioning, how come you're so lucky? Like Leif Erikson, like so many, how many Lucky Leaf, Lucky Luciano. These people weren't lucky. Luck had nothing to do with it. They were literally manifesting this stuff, and I can literally follow the energy. There's just so much going on here, guys, that I want to awaken all of you to that reality. So, and a couple things. So I'm going to be sharing other things that are very significant in my life, but clearing up. This is the pineal gland, and I have many teachers, especially nature infused ash, who's this is a product. I'm not sponsored by this product at all. It's called She Legit, and yeah, She Legit, and I've been taking it. It tastes awful. You put it on your tongue. It's a tincture, and it's supposed to clean out your pineal gland. You know, vitamins, decalcifying, cleaning up my diet, guys. This stuff absolutely is. It doesn't. It's not that it matters. It's essential for yourself, for self growth. If you're gonna do Sasquatch research, you can't be toxic. You can't be hard on your body. And I'm literally living proof. You look at me. Nobody. I'm in very good shape. I'm always an athlete. I'm always training. And the difference now with me is I'm doing tremendous inner work. It's so important. So so in the description below, the only thing that I was able to put in there, because I just popped on for the live show, is as I put on the other people. So in Nia Bay, I mean, I just go through the list of amazing people. Obviously, Brian was an amazing guide. Every year, I'm invited down from to Nia Bay and I stay at a property with Larry and Analia. And to say they guide me and help me is a tremendous understatement. It's funny because we have this incredible symbiotic relationship where I go out there and I show them Sasquatch stuff, and we get these incredible Sasquatch interactions and evidence, but they teach me so much. And they're teaching a course called experimental telepathy or experiential telepathy that I'm taking right now. So that's in the link right below. That's one of the things I recommend. Before, I was doing Jose Silva. I had his book. I took it with me on expedition, but I'm going to start working with these particular people. Larry and Anali are supported by a whole group of people under them. That Kira and Ashley specifically. This is a different Ashley. Ashley from Nia Bay, and Kara from Nia Bay as well. But she has a group of people. Her husband Larry. You guys are married, right? I think they're married. Anyways, they're a couple, Larry and Nalia. I just can't say enough. I've spoken about them many times before. I go down there and we get this incredible, amazing success. So a lot of it, I'm not really going to talk about because a lot of it's a very personal journey. But we got within. There was a Sasquatch that was rock knocking to Larry and I. I would say about 45 yards off, and it was a female, and she just kept her distance. We found tracks from her. We found triangles that she made that were absolutely just totally astonishing. Like, you'll see the videos when they're coming. These are, like, as a skeptic of triangles and Sasquatch leaving that kind of stuff, I was very skeptical about it. Randy Brisson actually convinced me of it, and also I was tremendously reconvinced of it from this incredible female who pretty much is the Patterson female. Her track is almost identical, and her foot is the same size. And the triangles that she put out there that we found were literally, any skeptic would go out there and go, "This is impossible to have happened by nature or trees falling." So she's doing specific things. When you stack a triangle and you have this one up and then in a particular way, that can't have fallen that way. Because when one's at the bottom on one end and the top at the other, and there's three sticks, that can't happen. Either one falls and the other one falls out, and things stack in nature. It doesn't reorganize itself to restack itself. So you see things, and then the trees, the triangles that we found by tracks, they were like molded into the tree. Very amazing, incredible stuff. And then the personal telepathic stuff that I felt I was an excellent guide to people as a conduit for them to grow and know their empathic abilities. I can literally go out there with people and start mind speaking with the Sasquatch and know stuff that I can't know. I don't have that ability to directly tap into human beings. The Sasquatch do it, and they speak it back to me. It's like literally, guys, and apologize if this is far fetched for you. I don't know what to say. Empathic ability, telepathy is real, and I'm literally experiencing it. And there's nobody who's going to come out with me is going to deny it. The expedition was two amazing people from Oklahoma. I'll tell you, they went home knowing empathic abilities are absolutely real. I had David on one side who was just picking up everything. Like he was a tree break finder, energy finder of where Sasquatch had been. And then his amazing wife Kirsten, she was literally, imagine this: there's two people there, and they're mind speaking with this female Sasquatch, and they're literally not talking to each other. And I hear one say the exact same thing as the other. And these people don't even know each other. This is a young lady from Nia Bay, and my expeditioner are out there, and they're getting information from a female Sasquatch, and it's the same, different words though, right? It's like there's 4 ways to skin a cat. There's 20 different ways to say the same, to evoke the same emotional feelings. And it's like, man, like literally, I'll tell you this. This is how profound it was. Both these women figured out that this female Sasquatch who really wanted to communicate with them is young, and she's working on being a shamaness. And this was her test. This was her experiment to speak with these people. They both said that and beyond. But that's impossible for them to both have this knowledge unless they're getting it from the same source. And so was I, feeling the same thing. So um, just amazing, incredible stuff. And when you can go out there personally, this has been a difficult journey for me because you think you're kind of making it up. You think that, you know, these thoughts in my mind are just random thoughts from my own memory, but they're not, because you can get it substantiated by other people. And if you can do that, if you literally are out there and you go, hey, the Sasquatch is west, there's three of them, and it's a brother, sister, older brother, younger sister, and the other guy gets the same thing, and it's independent of each other. Even three, four people sometimes all get that same message. Or I'm reading off of somebody information that I can't know from them. That was mind blowing. So really, I mean, like literally, I'll be sitting down with somebody and I'll go, oh, this is your son, and that's this, and you're concerned about that, and they go, I didn't tell you that. Even this information is brand new. It just happened today, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting that read off you that the Sasquatch are telling me. So this is, and this is why am I having this big long discussion like this? Well, because it's imperative for the discovery of Sasquatch. This is how they communicate. They don't speak like this so much. I know they can, but the main way they communicate and understand and see you is this way. So if you don't take good care of yourself, if you're abusive to yourself, if you're abusive to other people, if you have all these issues and problems, they're going to have no interest in you because they see that stuff. I hope that's not taking this too far, because it's literally, I don't take people out on expedition now that are on a journey of figuring out who they are. I take people out who have figured out who they are and are ready to grow and expand beyond that. That's when you go looking for Sasquatch. And I'm telling you this from profound boots on the ground experience. I'm telling you this because I went out there and asked them questions when I was going through terrible human civilized things, and they just stayed away from me. Like, no, that's not how it works. We don't understand your human problems. We don't understand this, all this. I'm not going to start talking about all these politics and this crazy stuff that's going on in this world. I don't care who you are, man. There's crazy stuff going on right now. It's like everything's topsy-turvy. They don't want anything to do with that stuff. When you're in a beautiful peace of mind, of tranquility, and you're ready to grow into another level, that's when you can come have your interactions and have your success with them. So, for the most part, anyway, I believe that Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin now was a test, and this is something that Analia taught me, is the Sasquatch. Imagine that they put that video out there, they allowed it to transpire, they knew it was going to happen, and it was a test to literally see what kind of faith people had in truth and not. I hope you understand that, because the Patterson footage is real, and to this day I think the majority of people don't know it's real, and the Sasquatch want that, because the people that don't know the truth, that can't see the truth, they don't want them. They want just the people that are awakened enough to see the truth. And Analia literally told me that, and I was just like, poof. People that think my stuff is fake, the people that can't resonate with me, shouldn't. They're toxic. There's issues. There's problems, right? And I know this as an absolute truth. So people look at my stuff. Even there's two kinds of people that look at my stuff. People that immediately go, yeah, that looks real to me, and I'm going to go to that. Or there's people that, that's interesting. I'd like to hear what this man has to say. That's an open mind. And people that come on board like that, we explode, right? You listen to what I'm saying, you see what I'm doing, you watch my YouTube videos, you look at my movie, and you go, man, I don't like, what else do I have to do? I've come back with DNA. I've shown PhDs. I've shown Survivor Man the success. You know what I mean? So, like, there's no coming back with a body. That's preposterous. I can't go out there with that intent. You must understand that. If I go out there with the intent to harm or kill them, I'm not a good person. And I'm versing them. You don't verse nature. You don't verse this discovery process. You don't take on a Sasquatch. It's preposterous. So, uh, I hope you can understand that. I know we come from a culture of warring people and fighting and killing, and we can do that. This is not the place for that. This is the place for this discovery. So let's get into some questions. I hope that stirs up a pot. I'm in, how long am I into the show for already? I can't even see because I got a thing in my way. What is that? Oh, God, I better not move that. I don't know what that is. Some 16 minutes in the show. Hello, Blue Vando. Stay humble. That's a nice name. I, li- I like that. You know, I feel like I'm very humble. So people call, a lot of people are saying, you know, I seem arrogant and narcissistic, sociopathic. I don't know. Again, I'm washing away people that really don't understand, because when I know something, I'll profess it and I'll adhere to that theory or hypothesis, understanding that, you know, we're growing into another levels, we're growing into other success, but you start with this understanding and you grow from there. So in my understanding of how things are right now, I feel very strongly about them because I have an amazing life. My dog Linguini, hello, good to see you. Thank you, Jason, for tuning in. Laura, hello, I don't drink coffee. I get Coffee drives me nuts because I host expeditions and everyone needs coffee. I don't like making coffee. I don't drink coffee. Instant coffee, boiling coffee, percolators drives me nuts. If I drink coffee, I wake up three times a night to go pee because it's a serious diuretic. It sucks all the moisture out of you, gives me headaches. So, and so many people love coffee. Most people love coffee. Yeah, I'd say like 90% of people just love coffee, and it just creates havoc in my life. So I fear coffee. Hello from Lakeland, Florida. Wave from somewhere in Montana. I love Montana. Oh gosh, I miss Montana. Video 2 and video 3 were filmed in Montana, and man, I spent a lot of time in Montana. What a beautiful place. It's just so similar. It's basically just southern Alberta. I was born and raised in Alberta, and yeah, it's so similar. Our animals, you know, like the wolves and they got rid of grizzly bears in the U.S., but they are in Canada, and they don't see no borders, and they'll migrate right down. So grizzly bears are coming back. It's been like that for a long time. And even wolf populations will start coming back down there because we have wolf populations in Canada for now, anyways. Until arrogant, omnipotent anuses will eliminate them and think of them as vermin when they're actually a keystone species. So that's something I really look for, guys. I don't know how to say this without being, if somebody works in nature and does stuff in nature and they have hate on for they hate the elk, they hate the wolves, they hate the bears, they belong here. They're they're niched, like they have a place. So, you know, wiping them out or thinking poorly of speaking bad of a predator or prey animal or any species that's indigenous, that lives, especially like wolves are a keystone, and there are these meatheads, absolute morons that want to exterminate them and eradicate them. I have very little respect for that. That's versing nature, and you verse me. So I understand that they kill cattle and it's not good, and it's a problem, but I don't know. Cattle people are ticked off when elk come eat the grass. They're indigenous. They live here. They get mad that the cattle are behind the elk eating. I don't know. Just when you verse nature, when you hate on nature, and you're here in the land, and we basically, you know, stolen most of it. We can't give a little piece back for the wolves and the elk, especially because the elk need the wolves, the deer need the wolves, they need the bears, they need the mountain lions, they need these predators. Otherwise, everything goes out of balance. I hope you can understand that. So, just for me, that's a real big red flag when you see people hating on that stuff, which happens quite a bit. So I absolutely treasure and adore nature. There's so much to learn about, so much foraging and berries to pick and birds and squirrels and, you know, little animals, small animals. It's so rich, and I just love nature. I love everything about it. Barb says, "Love you, Todd." Oh, thank you. Thank you for all you do. You're welcome, Barb. It's my pleasure. Hello, all. Hello, Straw Dog. Hawaii? Are you kidding me, man? Who here is not a little jealous when they see Hawaii? I can't pronounce that. Hawaii Rasteller lady, a Hawaii lady. Anyway, you say aloha, and I'm like, man, there's no Bigfoot in Hawaii. So standing with Todd Standing, that is awesome. Thank you, Jason. Welsh Salty, hello, hello, Todd. Big fan here. Ever hear of sightings or stories here in Central California, Huntington Lake? Shit. Well, uh, man, Yosemite. Man, I kept forgetting the name of it. Listen to this, guys. This is hilarious. I love this story. So there are these machines I would work out on the gym, and there was one that was pretty cool. You could hike anywhere, and it's a cross country, or it was an elliptical, like a cross country machine. And what happens is the faster you go, so what happens? They just have a camera that goes up into the mountains or into canyons, into rivers and lakes, these beautiful places. And if you go slow, it moves slow, and if you go faster, it moves faster, right? So you do these loops. I'm literally doing this Yosemite hike. I'm cruising along. There's a tree break, a beautiful crystal clear tree break pointed right at the trail. I'm like, ah! I get off this thing. I'm like, come here, come here. I'm showing people, look, this is a Sasquatch tree break in Yosemite. They're there. And then I do the thing again. There was two more tree breaks pointed right at the trail, same style, same tree. You know, I'm like, and what's funny is the camera operator who's filming this kind of ducks under. Is like, damn, that thing's in my way. Ah, there's another one of those darn Sasquatch tree breaks. Of course, nobody knows this. I guarantee you, millions of people have done that, and they go, oh, look at they don't even think twice of it. They don't even notice anything about it. So, how many people have really seen my movie? Certainly millions, but even I find it's really it's one of those things I've been doing so long. It's just easy for me. I just see them; they're just obvious to me. The more you start tracking, the more you start learning about tracking, the more it just becomes a little more obvious. The signs stand out, and you can really feel your way through it. But I notice most people that I work with on expeditions, they've seen my movies, they watch the Survivor Mans, they come out, they still can't identify a tree break. So it's not easy to do. It is something that takes time and practice. It is a priority on my expeditions, most assuredly. I do demonstrations now on what to look for. And I had trouble in Nia Bay doing a demonstration because the wood there was foreign to me. So I was using hemlock, and don't have a lot of hemlock out where I'm from. So even other trees that were a little un, unknown to me. So howdy, Todd, Minister. Hello, Brad. Thank you for tuning in. Alaska. So we got Alaska. We're gonna have UK. We usually have Australia. We got Hawaii. Like, how cool is that? And it's fun to feel that, guys. Like, feel this cooperation. Feel these people. These are legit amazing human beings. Like, so Ashley, are you is that Ashley from Nia Bay? Ashley, I wish I could add you as a moderator. I used to be able to do that. So hello, Ashley. My dog Linguini and Expedition Gaming. What? My dog. This is Andy saying my dog Linguini and Gaming. Expedition visit info. Okay. Anyways, that's expedition info. Maynard, hello. We call the Sasquatch the boom. Because you don't know, I'll quickly reiterate. The Sasquatch they'll stomp their foot in the ground and make a boom. You can literally feel your ears and your body go boom. Like my nose, I go right now. Just even Sasquatch boom. And if you're lucky, if you're no, if you're not lucky, did I just say that? If you can manifest it, if you can feel the energy, you'll go find that boom. Right now, about 70-30, and I don't find the boom. So acutely, anyways, if you understand what I mean. So what'll happen is the boom will happen. Only 30% of the time I'll find it. You have to understand we're out in the wilderness. We're in nature. And that boom is resonating from maybe a mile off, half a mile. I don't know. So and then you have to go through all the terrain to get there. The only way you can find that boom is to manifest it. And usually, so I'm 70-30 that day or the next day. But if I just let it sink in and I take my time, I'll find it on the expedition or the expedition after that. I'll come in and I'll go, I'll find it. Even remember, too, sometimes you hear boom, boom. Or I remember on one expedition, boom, boom, boom. I was like, man, that's three. And we scoured that area for it. I had a general idea of it. I was just too excited. Three booms. I just got so excited and I felt such powerful energy. And then it just went right out of whack. I lost that gentle serenity and calm that's really where the genius lies. Where you're, guys, it's not that your meditation calms your mind where you can start receiving. We're just like all over the place. I gotta do this, I gotta pay my bills, what's going on with my phone? Oh my god, oh my glasses, I need to get my teeth done. You know what I mean? Like we get out of control, and the mind doesn't stop. Literally, I used to, and I know many people can't shut their brain off to sleep at night. They have, that's what gives them insomnia. That's awful. You calm your mind down. You have serenity. Everything becomes clarity. All your neurons fire with clarity. Your understanding is clear. And if you can really get good serenity, you can start listening to everything around you. You can start feeling your way through it. You can literally be in the right place at the right time, knowing what's happening, what's coming. Like such clarity comes to mind. Even this might sound weird, but I watched that Kung Fu Panda movie. Oh my god, the knowledge that I learned from that, I just think that movie's brilliant. There's a part where Master Shifu was there with Master Oogway. This might sound cheesy, but he's, Master Oogway says to Master Shifu, "The answers are right there, my friend," because he's freaking out. Tai Lung's coming. Oh my God, we're in trouble. And he goes, "The answers are right in front of you. All you have to do is clear your mind." And he touches the water. The water's a mess. He actually says, "Your mind's like this water. And you can't see anything." And Master Oogway touches the water, and the water just gets calm. And then right through it, there was the answer, clear as day. Brilliant. So many things like that are in that movie. Even Master Oogway attracts the Dragon Warrior. It's the Kung Fu Panda, and the panda, who's this, like the journey of it is amazing. It's an incredible story. This might sound so cheesy, and I don't mind. I love kids movies. I'm a dad first and foremost in my life, and I just think they did such an amazing job with that movie. Even part two and part three, they're like so mind-boggling. There's so much reality to those movies. Like you can just do so much with your mind, so much brilliance. So and so many life lessons to be learned there, guys, and we all have to be moving towards that. And I guarantee you, this, anybody who can really hear me, it's resonating. And I listen to all these great men out there, like Jordan Peterson. Man, I'm following him. I love this guy. All these, I have so many mentors now that I'm following and speaking with, and it's wonderful because the wisdom. It just, I listen to Jordan Peterson. I go, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. Oh, I do that, but that's a better way. Oh man, if I did that with this, you know what I mean? You combine these techniques, and that's why I recommend Larry and Analia. They're going to be and 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 Ashley and my Ashley and all these people that work with them. Um, we're this is going to you want to hear a prediction, ladies and gentlemen? So let me see. So species protection in 2007, and then Survivor Man was a big deal. These are the big pinnacle moments in my life. So species protection was enormous. I was international headlines exploding, doing stories everywhere, all over the news. So Survivor Man was a really big deal. Jake footage was really big deal. Anyways, there's some moments where really pretty much an enormous deal too was the court case in California and here in British Columbia. It was a very very big deal in the media. I exploded. I went to another level. My movie on Netflix, that was a huge explosion. But I was really unclear. My water wasn't clear, guys. I wasn't seeing things so great. Now things have things have come to extreme clarity for me. Something big is about to happen. You all know that Joe Rogan's been talking about me. I've been, man, there's some people. I can't even, I don't want to talk about it yet because it's a really big deal. But enormous, amazing people at the level of Joe Rogan, like super famous, super powerful people, they're talking about doing stuff with me. And once we break through this next level, right now we're doing good. Everything's amazing. This live show last week got 12,000 views. Like that's awesome. I was getting 20,000 before, and my YouTube is growing. My social media is growing. My expeditions are sell out so crazy. I literally just pick and choose amazing people to go out with. So I absolutely love that. But we're gonna explode to another level. It's really coming. New evidence, new footage, new people. Literally, I'm getting a drone camera that's thermal that's blowing my mind. Unreal, spectacular. And the Sasquatch want me to use it. I've got these new connections with these amazing people. It's so outstanding. It's ridiculous. Huge celebrities are going to start coming out with me, and I'm going to be teaching these amazing people, and they're going to be taking it back to their people and expanding the reality of this important discovery. What was the third thing? Anyways, there's so much going on. There's so much growth. And the difference this time, guys, though, is we're going to go to another level and we're just going to stay there. Like we're going to grow and expand. I want to have multiple discovering Bigfoot research centers all over the United States and Canada, and we're ready to explode to take it this new incredible level. And it'll literally be, we will literally, I'll be able to sit back with all of you that were on this incredible journey with me, and I'll go, remember back in 2023 when I made this prediction? Because 2 years ago, something spoke to me. It was so profound. I was on this major interview from some big network that turned out pretty good. Just one news network. That wasn't one of my big explosions. Just one news interview. And the woman, I told her, I said, this discovery is coming. Like it's happening. Like really, really big things are happening. And she goes, I want a number. How long? And man, I just heard it like so loud. 2 years. I was like, whoa. In 2 years, 2 or 3 years, resonated with me so powerfully. And this is coming from a human being that started species protection back in 2006. That was a long time ago. I thought I'd have this discovery wrapped up in 2008. Nope, just wasn't ready. And I can look back now and see that I really wasn't ready. That I really had so much to learn, and now it's just time. Can you feel it? It's time. Like we're gonna break through. We're gonna explode. This discovery is gonna precipitate in amazing, incredible ways. And I just, now that I'm in the know and I really get it, it's just such an exciting time. The expedition in Nia Bay even speaks oceans to that. I go out there and just the craziest, amazing stuff happen. People light up. People have a wonderful time, and the irony is, every expedition I do is this experimentation with something new and amazing, and I challenge myself, and I can't. I'm astonished by the results that we just keep precipitating. Like it's absolutely astonishing. I will literally tell you there was not a sighting on this expedition. There was on the previous one to Nia Bay. We weren't ready. It wasn't time for a sighting for this expedition. It was time for everything else that happened. And my God, the lessons that we learned were perfect. It was, a sighting would have been inappropriate. These people that are out there that are learning right now aren't ready for a sighting. What they're ready for is they're ready to have their faith is being tested, their empathic ability, their heart and their integrity as human beings is being tested right now. And once they shine through, as I believe they will, everything else will come to them when they're ready. And I just see it so clearly. Bigfoot says, lock him up. Is that Angelo's Devils? That's me. No, the Bigfoot love me. They, man, the Sasquatch and the stuff that I get. Don't take my word for it, man. We took out like, we were on some walks that we did, just 2 walks, 2 maybe 4 hour walks. I had like 12 people out with me. So the expedition was 7 days, and the expeditioners were out with me all the time. Man, we were killing it. Oh my God, we were just hiking and doing stuff and hiking and driving places and doing stuff. It was just so hectic, and I absolutely love it. But it was nice to see people that were just like killing it with me, like just nonstop, over and over, out and doing things. It was amazing. So there we go, Nia Bay. So there's Ashley Swale. So she's one of the people involved with the Analia and Larry that I was talking about. That's in the link right below. In fact, I believe it was Ashley that sent me that link. Thank you, Ashley. Grow back the beard, Standing. Maybe it's not really up to you though. That's my personal choice. Thank you for your opinion. Turn turn your sound up for us oldies. Oh, well, my suggestion for you oldies is put on a speaker, and then there's a volume on the speaker, and turn that up. They're cheap. I think I paid like $30 for my speakers. Turn up the volume. You guys are really having problems hearing me? That's not good. Love you, Todd. Watched you from the beginning years ago. I don't even, there's no name on this person. Uh, Years ago, would to go up there with you in the future. Would love to go up there in the future with me. Sure. And man, we're going to do so much for expeditions. Expeditions are really the heart and soul of what I do now because I'm so much boots on the ground. Todd, have you ever been Bigfooting in Florida? Oh my God. I've been supposed to go to Florida for 4 years. So just not yet. I got Kyle down there right now. So have you ever heard or worked with small town monsters? No. I really you gotta understand, like for so long I've been really like, I speak well, I show well on camera. I have perspectives, and I can talk about Sasquatch in a very interesting way for an extended length of time. as I do on these shows. Been on big radio shows. People know I speak well. People know that I know the topic. I can go head to head with anybody about Bigfoot. Believe me, I will. And I have. So these shows contact me and love the idea of me doing a show. And I'm talking like so many, like, I'm not going to name any names, but they pretty much all call me. Like, all of them have called me. There's not one Bigfoot show that I've seen that hasn't called me, worked with me, and considered working with me. The problem is, you really need to know this, guys, is I won't lie. That's why I worked with Survivor Man. He tells the truth. He is honest. It's one of the reasons he's not tremendously popular like Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls is a liar. He's a fraud, you know? So, and I say things to these TV shows they don't like to hear. As an example, I'm not going to name any names, but there's even a TV show that's playing right now that they said, so we're going to do this Bigfoot thing. We're going to write a script. And a lot of this stuff, we're just going to, make sure it happens. I go, what do you mean by that? Excuse me, we're going to write a script. I can't write a script. That's not reasonable. I have no idea what the Sasquatch are going to do. Well, we write scripts. I go, well, I'm not okay with that because a script needs to be contrived. Well, we have to make sure something happens for the episode. We have to have guarantees. Oh, well, let me guarantee you something. If something happens on that episode that is not real, I'm going to be the first one to tell it to everybody. It's fake. It's fraudulent. It's not real. And man, they don't like to hear that. They want their guarantees. They want to add a little CG here. They might want to add a little sound over there. Man, the stuff that I've seen on these shows, oh my God, like so much corruption. Without naming names, I was on one of these TV shows. I just saw like how corrupt and backstabbing they were. One of the people on the show was all excited because he'd seen a Sasquatch, and everybody else on the crew knew there was just a farmer that was coming around, and they got some thermals of him, and they let one of the guys who's on TV say it's a Sasquatch, and they knew damn well it was a farmer that was ticked off because the crew was scaring his cows at night, and they laughed at him behind his back. Look, he thinks it was a Bigfoot. Ha 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 ha. I was like, wow, you guys are low life scumbags. They consider themselves a crew. They consider themselves friends. And here's this backstabbing going on. This guy who is not a nice guy, anyways. I don't really like him, and he's getting what he deserves. Going around bragging, "I got Bigfoot. What is this big?" And they all know it's the damn farmer, walking funny, in a blurry, thermal. So I just couldn't even imagine working with people like that. Like I tell you, working with Survivor Man, that dude tells the truth, man. He's honest. I was honest with him about everything. You must understand. I worked with Jeff Modem a little bit, but I worked immensely with John Bitternagel and Survivor Man. I spent significant time with those men in the field and outside, and we always were honest and truthful, and never caught any one of us being deceitful or deceptive in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, believe me, something would have come up in that time, especially like Survivor Man. My God, so much time with him. Probably quite a bit more time with John Bitternagel, but like it just and how many people, how many dozens of people do I work with now that have literally become friends of mine that just like personally and in the field we just don't exaggerate. We tell the absolute truth, and I won't affiliate with TV shows that are going to be fraudulent like that. And in this day and age, I mean, reality TV is fake. Swallow that one. Reality TV is contrived and it's fake. If you don't know that, I'm sorry to be the one to illuminate you to that truth. But so it's very hard to in this day and age to work with people of integrity. And what I've opted to do is just do it my damn self. So for the most part, or work with people like Survivor Man, who are few and far between to say the least, especially when it comes to television. Very, very deceptive industry. So Filthy McNasty said Todd doesn't wear a ghillie suit anymore. Yeah. I have it in my I have one in my trailer. It's in the back corner. I haven't used it in quite a while. I don't know. Have you ever heard? Oh, that was the last question. Yeah, we had so much success that week. Thanks to, oh, there's Larry. Hey, Larry, thanks for tuning in today, man. What a great week, yeah. So, and another thing I'll tell you guys about is when you're out there, when you're like, I was with Larry day after day. I'm with these expeditioners day after day, sleep in the same rooms as them or in their homes. Like I've slept in on Larry's property, but I slept in your home. I'd be surprised if I didn't. Like when people just open up their homes to you, their personal life, met his children, you know what I mean? Met Analia's children, meet their friends. You can just see the integrity. You can see that these people are honest and good and truthful to one another. You can see the respect they have for one another. That's literally like people talk about the law of attraction. Well, let me tell you something. If you tolerate people that are lying and deceitful in your life, you're not going to have a great life. That's going to be a hardship for you. And when I see, uh, Ashley taught me this, that your vibe affects your tribe. Man, is that powerful. And I go out there and I see all these amazing people surrounding Larry and Analia. And then I hear ring. I talk about Ring of Truth all the time, right? In stories, and man, I hear nothing but the Ring of Truth and the way they're teaching and learning things. The way I wonder, Larry's grown too. You have. I've seen growth in Larry. Like it's hard for me to say that because Larry's a very grounded, impressive human being, and he's literally growing in ways that Larry and I have talked about, which is amazing. Brian is growing so much, and Nalia, of course, she's growing too, but she's at such a high level of understanding and perception that I'm trying to get to where she was, and it's hard to see where she is. But it's amazing to see this growth, and of course, them being mentors, teachers, colleagues of mine, all at once, is it's a wonderful experience. I go out there. They did a cleansing ceremony. I did a water cedar cleansing ceremony. Like just incredible, amazing stuff, And I'm just like, I'll grind into that, man. Like I love that stuff. It's so impressive to me, and the feelings you get. My point with all this though, is that you can just recognize integrity. You can just recognize honesty. You can recognize love and passion in people, right? It's a lot of kindred stuff going on there, and just people that give without thought of reward. You know that still happens. You want to talk about you want to talk about people who are wonderful and kind and giving. Larry and Analia to me have just been like I'm just speechless. I once in a while I want to go, why are you guys so good to me? and then I see why, because I go out and we have so much fun together. We learn so much and we all grow and change. Lessons constantly, you know, and I understand. So it's wonderful, and it all comes back to you. So I will literally, for the record, and I've told them this. So this is my fourth year straight going to Nia Bay. I will never stop doing that. I'm going to make a big deal about these expeditions. I love the Macaw Indian Reservation. It's such beautiful land, and people are so amazing with me out there. It's just they're gonna get their due. They're gonna get. I'm gonna make things happen down there. I'm gonna explode down there. I'm gonna start bringing my family down there. It's that personal, and that's what's amazing about this discovery process, ladies and gentlemen, is if it's not personal, I don't know. It is personal. It has to be. It can't be a business. It can't be about money. It can't. You've already failed. Look at Renee DeHinden. I won't get out of bed if after I shoot a Sasquatch or get a picture of one, I wouldn't get out of bed for $1 million. That's a disgusting intent. And he never saw a Sasquatch after that. Man researched hard for 50 years, never saw a Sasquatch. You know how many times I've seen a Sasquatch? I lost count. It's very significant. And I'm not counting. I'm not going to put a notch on my bedpost. I just not that kind of person. And people that have worked with me and seen me in the field, they're like, man, that dude has seen a Sasquatch. They know. When I talk about all the knowledge, the foot stance, the movement, the breaks, the mind speak, the physical evidence that we see on the ground, the energy of the place, the terrain, the animals that survive there or not, it's you see that there's a lot of boots on the ground knowledge that this is literally, if I'm speaking from a third person, this is really a human being who's got thousands of days of backcountry wilderness experience, and I'm very confident and calm. So something that I did on this expedition as an example was we ended up going out on a hike, stayed out maybe a little too long, and ended up hiking. It was like 12 people back in the dark. What a and I'm just going to say it. Like I was a powerful part of making that a wonderful experience. I gave these people confidence that we were safe, and I knew my way back, and we were going to find our way back. And then I just hear nothing but joy and pleasure after that. Like a nighttime hike in wilderness, like in the wilderness, where it's like there's no sounds, there's just animals, right? Uh, People just had a wonderful time, and it was amazing because, and and if you ask anybody on that expedition, hey, do you think Todd Standing's done that before? They'd be like, hell yeah. Well, you don't have to take my word for it. I did it on Survivor Man. I took Survivor Man out in the backcountry night and taught him stuff about being in the night and working in the night, as he did teach me. But you know, and that confidence just comes through experience and connecting with nature. And I've been so fortunate enough, and I wish this on all of you, to have that much experience with wilderness and nature, because it's appropriate. It frees me. I feel more in tune with my natural self and more confident in just as a human being. So it's absolutely wonderful. Let's do a bunch of questions here because we've only got 15 minutes left. So I've watched the videos since I subscribed. Top of the morning to you. Good work, Todd. Keep it up. Sending my appreciation. Oh, there we go, from England. Man, you're up so late. Thanks for tuning in today, my friend. I wish Todd would come to Ockle, Florida this April for the greatest. Yeah, those conferences though, Scully 82, man. I'm so controversial because I have footage, you know. So when I go to those things and there's Bigfoot groups out there, uh, I'm kind of speechless because they have to say I'm fake. Otherwise, why are you doing? Why you like even Finding Bigfoot? They had to come out and say I'm a fraud. Why are you watching Finding Bigfoot? At that time, I had like 6 videos. What are you doing watching these show organizations ever film Bigfoot? They're not even close to it. And I have more, and I'll get more, and I show people Sasquatch. Like, you understand the competition. Don't watch that show. Watch this guy's YouTube channel, because these guys are a bunch of dumbasses, and this dude is like really getting it done. So when I go to those conferences, there's a lot of animosity. Like, Jeff Meldrum can go there. He's never shot a piece of Sasquatch footage. He has no photos and no videos. He's never shown anybody a Sasquatch. So they embrace him and love him, mostly because he's a wonderful guy. But he's not. The day he comes back with a video, he'll be as controversial as me. He could have a video as good as the Patterson footage. Ask Bob Gimlin how he was hated and just totally dissed and disrespected most of his life, and he was telling the truth the whole time. So those conferences are tough for me. I don't mind, but man, it turns into a little soap opera sometimes. And I went, the last conference I went to was the Sasquatch Summit. Survivor Man showed up because I was there. And believe me, he was at the Sasquatch. He wasn't a speaker. He showed up because I was there. Jeff Meldrum was a speaker there. John Benernagel showed up because I was there. So I had Jeff, John, Survivor Man, and myself, and I took my family out there too. So I had wonderful support. And literally, even Bob Gimlin was there. And Bob Gimlin was going around for half the day. They were trying to show him that I was a liar and a fraud. And he ended up looking at my footage and go, that's exactly what a Sasquatch looked like. And then in the I had a table there. I wasn't selling anything. I was just talking to people. He said, Todd, can I stand up on your table? He stood up on the table and illuminated to me what was going on. He goes, hi, I'm Bob Gimlin. He had this award for Lifetime Sasquatch Achievement, which he absolutely deserved. And he said this very clearly. He said, a lot of you going around here saying this man's a fraud and a fake. He looked over at Jeff because Jeff doesn't know. And John, you don't know. He says, I know what it's like to be telling the truth and be called a fraud and a fake. I've seen a Bigfoot. He puts a picture of Jacob. This is a Bigfoot. I've seen him. And this man's telling the truth. They turned around and said, don't worry, Todd. These people here that are calling you a fraud and a liar and trying to stab you in the back did it to me 30 years ago. And in 30 years, Todd, he held up his little medal. He says, they'll be giving you this medal just like me. And I'll try to be forgiving of it. And then I went and showed him all the footage from my Discovering Bigfoot movie. I have a picture of him, of Bob Gimlin, Jeff Meldrum, and John Benernagel with me. I think it's on my Instagram page. I'm very proud of that. And Bob Gimlin was just in awe. He sat there and he just was like, wow, I never thought in my time I would see it. He saw all of my videos that are in Discovering Bigfoot, and he was just like blown away by how amazing and wonderful. And the movie it was mostly just videos. It wasn't the explanation behind the videos. But a powerful moment in my life. It was very life-changing and made me understand helped me understand further why I am so controversial. When people call me controversial, it's their way of just competing with me. That's a big mistake. Because as I've said before, and I'll say it again, I am the heavyweight champion of the world when it comes to Bigfoot. Why? Because they exist. And under that premise alone, if somebody else proves Bigfoot exists, I win. Because they're just going to substantiate everything I've been saying. And if I've proved Bigfoot is real, I win. I can't lose. I'm literally undefeatable. So I win or I win. The discovery is happening. And that's why we're here. And that's why we're talking about this show. So let's get a few more questions. I have 10 more minutes. Boom! Thank you, Royal Creations. Jane Goodall's birthday was April 3rd. That's awesome. Same day as my mother. My mother's birthday. And Jane Goodall's an absolute amazing hero. I can't say enough good things about her. Leaf Erickson 101 Vinland. Thank you for saying that. Royal Maynard Boom. Everybody's saying hi. Oh my God, I'm so far down to go. It's Todd's fire smoke detector chirping. Is that probably what it was? Boy, that's annoying, isn't it? Larry, because we love you, Todd. You know, it's really about love. Like, I do this because I love it. I do it because I love nature. I do it. I literally, guys, like, I remember, just as an example, one time in particular, after after Survivor Man's uh, first episode with me, second TV show, but his first year working with me, I remember leaving Radium, and I got teary eyed. I couldn't believe the Sasquatch did that. And I'm leaving, and they know I'm leaving. I'm putting that energy out there. I'm leaving, like, oh man, we're gonna miss you, because winter's coming. But I literally cried, like the tears are coming out of my eyes. I'm like, man, you guys just showed up. Like, the Sasquatch didn't have to do that, guys. I'm controlling nothing. I'm in control of zero. The Sasquatch come around or they don't. I brought out Survivor Man. Watch those episodes. They did that. I did nothing. I was a conduit. And I left there going, man, like, you guys could have avoided us. You guys could have, I never would have found a track. I never could have seen a break. You guys could have just totally silenced me. They did the opposite. They did as much as they could. They did amazing. And I felt it. And I was just so grateful, just going, like, leaving that place that year, because all the pressure that happens too, right? As I don't know if you guys know this, but so in Canada, at the end of October, beginning of this December or of November, the snow flies. And when the snow flies, I don't do Sasquatch research anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. Um, so it's there's a lot of pressure before that snow comes to get some success. Sometimes even, like, in September, it'll snow and melt. October, it snows and melts. That's typical fall out here. But just when it's over and the snow is falling and I'm done for the year and I'm saying goodbye to the Sasquatch, so many times, guys, I've just left there just absolutely teary eyed because of, like, the struggles and the, the trials and tribulations that we go through that year. People have seen me up on that mountain just get emotional about the incredible success that we're having, because it's powerful, and I'm very, very passionate about it. It really matters. This discovery is going to make a huge difference. It helps the awakening of all mankind. What am I recommending to you? Analia and Larry's teaching, experiential telepathy, is in the link below. It's the one link I put there. Why do you think I did that? Because the Sasquatch want that. They want us to awaken. You can't discover the Sasquatch until you can communicate with them. I will say it over and over again. So you won't make this discovery. You won't wake up. But it's not even about the Sasquatch, guys. It's about just waking up in the world, finding the truth, seeing the truth everywhere, opening up to other people, opening up to your family. This new age of awakening is so important. We need to just thrive in it. And I'm so about moving us on to that. Todd Standing, please come up to see the Bigfoot Expo Festival. And that's probably in I'm just like, guys, I'm so, like, holy crap, getting ready for my expeditions, June, and just so much work that I'm doing right now. And I'm doing a little expedition in a month. Energy training to synergize on multiple levels. Who is saying that? Gray Matrix. Energy training to synergy on multiple levels. Genius. How do these people even? I'm so grateful for you, Gray Matrix. So I hear you, my friend. I hear you. So, sweetie, can you fix the chirping fire alarm? I don't even know where it is. So it's killing my dog's ears. I have no idea where. I looked for it. Somebody moved the fire alarm downstairs, and it's just a funny thing. Let's laugh about it. Let's go. Ha ha ha. As I was looking around, where's the damn thing? The boom. Larry, hello from greetings from Germany. Oh my God. And feel free to subscribe to the channel, guys. We have access to over 375 videos. Man, we have been working our butts off for a long time. You are the man, Todd. This is the first time I've made a live. Well, Hopes Fall 80. I'm so happy to have you on board live today. Hey, Todd, saw some new videos of your Bigfoot on YouTube. You should check it out. You saw some new videos of Bigfoot on YouTube. Well, send me a link. Bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Send the link there. And I'm also on Facebook. So if you can get on to me as a friend. Richard says, Todd, love you, man, but hang the battery in your smoke alarm. Guys, I can't do anything about the damn thing. Did you see the video of the guy who was read by female Bigfoot, not trolling? No, I don't know that one. Welcome, Hopes Fall. Hello, Andy. Hello, Mariner. Damn, I just checked out the smoke detector. Did you feel a Sasquatch coming through the air? Oh Lord. Did you did you feel the Sasquatch coming through the air tonight? That's from a song. And yes, that's a cool song. Thank you. Todd, trying to pull more researchers on your side. I appreciate that. But you know what? Scenario Marquee, uh, they'll come. I appreciate you trying to illuminate people, but don't force it. You know, don't force it. Hit the button, guys. 105 people here, only 31 likes. Come on, it's all good. The likes will come. When are you getting back here? Getting back there, Todd. So Stay Humble says, when are you getting back out there? Oh, well, I was just out there in Nia Bay. There'll be some videos coming, and yeah, it's June, the very beginning of June. I am a full time Sasquatch researcher. If you care about the research of Sasquatch and you appreciate the work that I'm doing, you can make a donation. Andy has put up the link. It's discoveringbigfoot.org. You can do it through PayPal or you can do it through Patreon. And don't do it unless you can easily afford it. It's very, very doable for you. From Talladega, Alabama. Hello, Jeff, brother. I've been to the Talladega Forest in the Cheehaw Valley and it's absolutely Bigfoot there, 100%. I estimate this man is totally honest. Thank you. This dude would not be making stuff up and be out in the woods for months at a time. Come on, right? Well, I mean, that's even on the episode of Survivor, man. I'm gonna try to quote him as best I can. So he talks about, either Todd's telling the truth or Todd's not telling the truth. But why would somebody devote his entire life to this for a hoax? Why? Well, I wouldn't. That's the answer. They're real, and I'm in the know. And that's all I have to say about that. Hi, Todd from England. Hello, love your content. You're awesome. Any news on Kubota? No, no news on Kubota. I didn't see Kubota at all last year, to my knowledge. What's your new website address? It's discoveringbigfoot.org. Your expeditions are fantastic, Todd. Such an amazing experience to go. Oh, and that's Ashley. Ashley knows because Ashley was out on day hikes with me. And man, just totally there in support. Um, well, let's talk quickly because this will be the last thing I end with today, guys. So we're on this hike, and there's 12 people. It's quite a lot. Really nice people. I was thoroughly enjoying myself. And Ashley, oh no, it wasn't even Ashley. It was her friend Kara. Goes, Todd, you need to come over here because Ashley's like, hi Todd, come over here. And I'm way ahead. I'm kind of in the front. I didn't hear Ashley, and she wasn't very confident. So Kara gets me to come over. I go see Ashley, and what does Ashley say? This is so funny. Talk about a paradigm. Well, there's a track over here, but I'm sure it's not a track. As soon as I heard her say that, I was like, oh, she's lying to me because I could feel this powerful energy coming from her. And I go over there, and I'd just been talking to the Oklahoma expeditioners about the most important, most powerful track you could ever see. It's a negative push track is what happens. So what happens is if you get a kind of track where it's like a stomp, like a foot falls flat and presses down, and you get like a stamp. That's the Patterson one that's kind of famous. There's another foot that the Patterson female did is when she grabbed with her mid-tarsal joint. What happens is it creates this negative pressure in the track that creates a hump in the middle of it where the mid-tarsal joint is. You can't fake that. You could fake this the stamp if you had a cast. You could just push it down and fake it. But that's what Ashley found. And that was what I was talking about with the expeditioners, which was not a coincidence that we discovered that. Is it was a beautiful 14-inch track from a female that Ashley began mind speaking with after, and there was that beautiful negative pressure in this gorgeous 14-inch track from a approximately 14, 15-year-old female Sasquatch. And Ashley literally grabbed her beads and started just having this wonderful journey and wonderful experience. Once she got over, which happened very quickly, that was literally a track that she had found. After telling me, "Oh, it's not a track, but let's come have a look at it." So that's a power that I take to heart, and I'm so honored that I could take very amazing people out that have doubts, silly doubts, and I look at them, I go, and I convince them beyond any reasonable doubt. Nobody who saw that track was like, "Oh my God, that's so legit." It was an absolutely real, legitimate, 100% female Sasquatch track. And then Ashley just lit up after that. She's running around the bush, having all this excitement and amazement. And at that point, it's my job to keep people lit, to keep Dave lit, to keep Larry lit, because I've seen a Sasquatch and I've experienced so much. And when I'm guiding people out on an expedition, I'm a teacher mostly. So I guide, but I teach, and these people just absorb these lessons, and that's why Ashley is professing about how fun that expedition was, because she literally is now able to go to another level with a simple yes for me. That's a track. And maybe not such a simple explanation, a detailed explanation of why that's a fantastic, amazing track. And then here's another level. Listen to this. This is my theory. That Sasquatch left that track for Ashley. She wanted her to find that track. That Sasquatch literally put that footmark in the ground exactly the way I would be mind blown to show her. And then Ashley put her foot in that track. After that, she could feel that energy and the relationship grew. Do you understand though? Listen to what I'm saying. The female Sasquatch put that track there, left that energy for Ashley to feel so she would find it, knowing she would find it. That's we're talking clairvoyance. We're talking this whole other level of wow. And bear with me. Just bear with me. Because these are my theories. And I'm talking about these theories the way I talked about tree breaks when I was absolutely 99.9% convinced of them. I am 99.9% convinced of things that I've seen that just the Sasquatch are doing this. Let me give you just one more example real quick because we're over time on the show. This is one of the 10 times this year I learned a lesson like that I apply to Ashley's footprint discovery. Listen to this. Ross, who's in videos, who's from California, who came on an expedition with me this year. There's a tree break that was over the road, man. It was crazy tree break, like total Sasquatch right over. I had to drive my truck over it, push the thing out of the way. I had no desire. I was actually repelled to go near that break. I don't know why. I like it. I like examining the breaks. This is a very impressive break. I wanted nothing to do with it. So I bring out Ross from California. He sees it and goes, oh my God, I've seen that before. There's a track right over there. I went, well, I didn't investigate it. He goes over there. There's a track. And then he says this to me. Oh, there's another tree break about 25 yards over there back in the bush. He's never been here before. He's from California. He's never been in the wilderness before. How did he know there was this break, a track, and another break off in the distance? Even the direction, what the break looked like. We walked over there, goes, that's the break. And I'm like, you know what the answer is? This is my theory. And this happened over 10 times this year, ladies and gentlemen. The Sasquatch was mind speaking with Ross, and he made those breaks for Ross and literally repelled me from going and examining them because I need this evidence. I need to know this knowledge. And they were done for Ross. Those are my theories. Prove me wrong, right? I'd like to hear what you have to say. Does that sound crazy? Because that just kept happening over and over and over. People were having these things and having these thoughts and going out there and going, wow, I manifest that. The Australian that was there on that expedition, yeah, he sat down with me one day and says, I manifested this. This was actually for me. This is happening for me to discover this. I saw this. I'm just like, and the evidence, they'll back it up with substantive evidence. So I'm not some woo crazy guy. I'm literally telling you these factual things in truth are absolutely happening. And it's impossible for them to be happening. It's impossible that Ross knew there was a track there. It's impossible that Ross knew a break I didn't even see. And he knew exactly where to go. You understand? He's never been there before. He goes, oh, there's a break here, and we're going to go back off there. And he couldn't see the break from where this break was. We had to go walk over. It took like 3 minutes to walk there. He goes, there it is on the hill, just like I saw it. And I'm like, the Sasquatch did this for you. They've been talking to you. They literally attracted you to come on this expedition and do this and make this lesson for me and lesson for you. So I can't sit here. I would be lying to you if I wasn't telling you about these incredible experiences. And now I can apply it to people like Ashley, and it's a theory of mine. With Ashley, I don't have such exceptional evidence, but I do, because from before these things happen, I'm just going to apply it to the situation. This is stuff, guys, that I'm going to be substantiating for the rest of my life. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to be a Sasquatch researcher till I can't walk in the bush anymore, which is going to be decades from now, a long time. I'm a very healthy, very young, very fit human being. John Benedego was hiking around in the bush till I saw him do it at 76. I'm going to do better than that. So that means I have like 30 years to still go hiking around. I will substantiate these claims. I do know they're real. And otherwise, I wouldn't be 99.9%. That's how highly I'm in the know with these things. I have 0.1% doubt because this is new stuff for me. I just started learning this stuff in the last year, maybe year and a half at the most. So let's keep working on this stuff. I'd like to hear your evidence. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. I'm very passionate about this discovery, and I really appreciate your support. I feel, and sorry, I know that we're all in this together. When you see Todd Standing doing something, when you see Todd Standing getting immense, incredible success, it comes right back to you. We're all in this together. We're all human beings. We all share the same source. We all come from the same source. We're all connected. And when I have success, it comes back to all of us. Let's keep moving forward. So until next Wednesday, which I will most assuredly be here next Wednesday, take care of yourselves and bye for now.